So a couple years ago, I went with a friend to a birthday party and they were giving lavender cuttings as the little party gift. And I grew a couple bushes from the cuttings and I have now made cuttings from my bushes. And here I'm gonna show you how to do it. So the first thing I always do is mix dirt. I mix my Minehune conditioning compost with plant food, perlite, cocoa peat, and then regular dirt from my yard. For these lavender cuttings, I'm gonna go ahead and use these peat moss little pots for starting plants. And they're really great because they just biodegrade and you can just put them right in the soil when they're ready. So the cuttings I took from this bush, I grew it, like I said, from the little cutting that I had. And I just take little cuttings of the green part of the stem, not the brown part, because the brown part won't work. So here they are. They start to droop a little bit sometimes in the beginning, and then after a day or two they will perk right up, and after a couple weeks they are ready to transplant into bigger pots.
Most of these guys are growing strong. Little baby lavenders. I gave a couple away to my lovely neighbor who gave me the plumeria cutting.
So when they're ready to transplant, I mix my dirt again and I grab my 10-gallon fabric planters. Those are the ones I like. They're heavy duty and they last really well. So first what I do is I grab the pot of peat moss and I just stick my fingers in it to just break it up a tiny bit, and then I go ahead and put them in the pot. So I have filled the pot about 3/4 of the way, and then I dig not too deep a hole, just enough to make sure that it sits in there nicely. You don't have to cover it completely at first because afterwards you go ahead and put more dirt on top. And then what I like to do to make sure that they stand up nice and straight is I will actually fill it up about an inch less than it was sticking out before. And I'm just very careful. You don't want to break them because they're delicate and stressed. The nice thing about those peat moss is that they stress less. You can see here, they're a little bit deeper than they were originally, so they look shorter. And there she goes. So again, I filled the pot about 3/4 of the way, and I take the peat moss little pots. I poke holes in them just with my fingers, just gently, so that you don't want to break the whole pot apart. You want to just kind of stay intact. I do a little hole at the bottom as well. I dig a little hole just so that it sits nicely in there. And I don't worry about covering it all the way at the beginning because I'm gonna add more dirt afterwards. It's just easier to arrange them in the pot that way. And I pour some more dirt around them. Very carefully. You don't want to smash them with the dirt. And then if you can see here, I'm putting them a little bit underneath the dirt. And that helps them stand up straight and they're happy lavenders. You'll need to water them, and you keep watering them for a couple weeks. I'm gonna go ahead and mix some more dirt and put the rest of my cuttings in these little, they're seedling bags as well. They're biodegradable, so they break pretty easily. These are new. I also got them on Amazon. We'll see how well they work. I've been using them for a lot of things, but I kind of like them. Once I have some more bigger pots, I will transplant these guys directly into the big pots, and I'll update the video and let you guys know how that went. So I just go ahead and do the same thing with the peat moss pots. I poke holes in them, set them in the bag, and then put dirt carefully around them and bury them a little bit deeper than they were. Thank you for watching. I hope you can find some lavender cuttings and grow your own. Thanks for subscribing, and let me know if you have any questions or suggestions for gardening tips down below in the comments. La 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 do 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 do.